Trump seeks long-term federal control of Washington, D.C. police amid protests. City under siege. U.S. President Donald Trump said he would ask congressional Republicans to extend federal control of Washington's city police force beyond 30 days, as he declared the U.S. Capitol was under siege by thugs and killers, and had the highest rates of crime in the world. Trump also asserted that any congressional action could serve as a model for other U.S. cities. He has previously threatened to expand his efforts to other Democratic-run cities such as Chicago that he claims have failed to address crime. In a lengthy post on Truth Social, Trump ranted about the high crime rates in D.C., claiming that murder rates had doubled in the U.S. Capitol over a decade and lashing out at the Democrat government for not prosecuting more crime cases. Washington, D.C., has one of the highest rates of crime in the world, more than many of the most violent third world countries. The city's homicide rate is higher than places notorious for their violence, such as Mexico City, Bogota, Islamabad, and Addis Ababa, almost 10 times higher than Fallujah, Iraq. If D.C. were a state, it would have the highest homicide rate of any state in America, he said. Washington, D.C., has one of the highest rates of crime in the world, more than many of the most violent third world countries. The city's homicide rate is higher than places notorious for their violence, such as Mexico City, Bogota, Islamabad, and Addis Ababa, almost 10 times. Trump Truth Social posts on X. Trump Truth on X. August 13, 2025. Trump invoked the District of Columbia Home Rule Act, which permits the president to take Washington's Metropolitan Police Department under emergency circumstances for up to 30 days, claiming that D.C. is gripped by a wave of violence and homelessness. He said if the Congress failed to act, he can declare an emergency to extend the 30-day act. The real numbers are many times worse. In fact, a precinct commander was just suspended for allegedly manipulating the violent crime statistics, and the D.C. Police Union, likewise, says the real numbers are much higher. Because the Democrat government of D.C. has largely stopped investigating, arresting, and prosecuting most crime, the published statistics don't even capture a fraction of the actual violence. No one is arrested for shoplifting. Citizens living in fear have largely given up on calling the police, instead choosing not to walk the streets after dark, essentially becoming captive prisoners in their own city. Trump further said that real crime rates in Washington, D.C. were 5 to 10 times more than reported, and the Capitol was under siege from thugs and killers. He further said, "The White House is in charge. The military and our great police will liberate this city, scrape away the filth, and make it safe, clean, habitable, and beautiful once more." Also read National Guard in D.C. what it is and the unique power that lets a president deploy it. The D.C. National Guard began appearing in the nation's capital on Tuesday after Donald Trump announced a day earlier that he was deploying Guard troops and placing Washington, D.C.'s police department under direct federal control. Officials have said that 800 National Guard troops have been deployed, according to the BBC. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said at least 23 people had been arrested by federal agents on Monday for homicide, gun offenses, drug dealing and other crimes. Over the course of the next month, the Trump administration will relentlessly pursue and arrest every violent criminal in the district who breaks the law, undermines public safety, and endangers law-abiding Americans, she said. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has denied that crime is out of control in her city, describing Trump's troop deployment as an authoritarian push. Bowser called on community members to protect our city, to protect our autonomy, to protect our home rule and get to the other side of the sky and make sure we elect a Democratic House so that we have a backstop to this authoritarian push, according to the New York Times. Swipe left for next video. Trump has argued that crime is out of control in Washington, D.C., despite federal and city crime statistics showing that violent crime has declined precipitously to its lowest in 30 years, since a spike in 2023. With age